It's time for Florida State football. This is the Jimbo Fisher Show. The Jimbo Fisher Show is brought to you by the Florida Lottery, over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. SunTrust, the official bank of Florida State Athletics. Ram. Come in and get a great deal on the best trucks during Ram Power Days. Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Fisher's wardrobe.
Hello and welcome to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Tom Block along with Coach Fisher, and Coach, 31-28 Louisville prevails, and unfortunately this had a script similar to others. When you look at the tape, there's a lot of good there, but ultimately you needed one more play, one more stop.
Well, it's just like we talked, and I talked to our team at the beginning of the week about it. You can play great, but there's certain moments you got to play great. You know, and you can play average in other times, but there's certain plays at certain times you have to certainly make plays, and that's what we didn't do on either side of the ball. We had the ball down there where we could have, kept running the football or scored on a run or, ran the clock and got a thing, and we unfortunately turned it over on a base handoff and then give up a drive. And, and those things, that's those moments, and there's key moments, and that's what we got to keep emphasizing and teaching and educating about and doing a better job coaching and putting us in position to do it and the things that go on and make it.
Perhaps it's little consolation because you're not about moral victories, but you were down 28-14, and the team showed a lot of fight and resiliency to get back in there.
Our kids' is heart, desire, and there's nothing. I love our kids. And they fight, they play, they care, they mean something. You can see the hurt in the locker room. You can see the energy on the field, the effort on the field. I mean, there's none of them that don't do it properly, and that's why I say we got to coach them, keep coaching, harping just little details, because that's what it got down to, base details. Our kids are doing a tremendous job. Our kids are doing a tremendous job of playing hard and doing the things we have to do. We have to do them a little better at some key times, and that's what we got to help them as coaches.
We will start our look back at the FSU Louisville game when we come back right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, when you talk about Louisville, obviously they have the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, and so you knew you were going to get an up-close and personal look at a really special athlete, Lamar Jackson.
He can run. He can definitely, in his legs, and that's what his legs are really what the big damage was on Saturday. But and indeed when you do it right, the first drive they did a good job. They mixed, and you play him outside, and you get soft inside. You got 2 gaps and things, and sometimes they can get some runs. Did a great job. But now, guys, we got better as the game went on those things, setting the edges and playing those 2 guys. Their first drive, they got a nice turnout here, the little snag route back inside. We got to press to that. 5's got to push to that and close it down, trips into the boundary. There again, nice drag, a nice tackle again by, I think, is that D-Jack? Yeah, Dontavius. Got to wrap up there. Don't just hit, just got to wrap up. See, you play outside on that, and then he gets it back inside. And the thing he does, man, he's so electric. I mean, he can get in there so quickly. And so just so explosive. Here it is again. He gets it back in the seam, and he's like a great tailback or a great wide receiver just playing quarterback. I actually like what Vic was, the way he runs the football. And then we have a great opening drive. First play of the game, a nice 4 or 5 yard game. We kept good balance in the game. We ran the football well in the game. We threw it well in the game. Had good balance. Here we go. Nice little flare pass there. Got a little screen. Get Cam in the game. Boom. Gets it right back inside. Pick up 7, 8 yards. We get a nice play action. Get a bootleg. James sees the guys over the top. We get it, sees a nice over route to Nooney right there. It was a good job to get a good big play and start and match up their score. That was important to match them coming back, so it was a great job. Here we get a nice run back in the boundary. Good job right there. Cam bounces outside. Missed a block there on one. The receiver could have blocked a little more, but still, guys, receivers in the main part played a really good game. And a nice belly play up inside. 9 was running hard. 3 was running hard. Both guys ran the football very well. Here we go. Hit the zone up inside. Boy, about scored here. Almost got down. Unfortunately, we had one. Well, I got in trouble here. We had a little flinch on the center, so we get back. He just flinched, trying to get a jump on the guy. And they stop us here, and then we make a nice. They bring a blitz right here on a situation. They have to match it up man to man, and that great read to the hot route, and we use Ryan Izzo and get a nice throw out there for a nice touchdown. They both 2 of them went with 18, which in the red zone, I can understand that.
He's a marked man.
He is. But that's what great players do. They open up other guys. Now here our defense really started setting the edges, doing a good job inside, playing the run. There they are mixing it on the crossing route instead of the flat route out here. Nice job. On third down, Matthew Thomas making a nice play out there. Boy, Burns was inches from getting that punt. Did a good job here. They kicked that on the sideline. You can't get that. Good job by T-Mac picking that ball up and advance it for 6 or 7 more yards. Get us out of there. We pop a nice run here, get 3 or 4. That was the thing. All of our run, even our bad plays were 3 or 4 yards. And that was it. Pop it again, staying physical up inside. Keep pounding the ball. Again, get it to about 3rd and 2. Hit a little bootleg naked right here. Play the fullback, find the tight end on the over route. Oh, come on, Iz, make me one miss. But it's still a good drive. And this is one we should have that back. Little bad throw, it's RPO, and he should have handed it off. He's got to hand that ball off right there on the other side, and that's what we need to do right here. But then we got a big 3rd down, and that doesn't happen very often. Auden just dropped a 3rd down conversion there, and that guy does not drop ball. I mean, practice anytime. I mean, never drops balls. Never drops balls. And they're just one big one there for him. Now they get an edge guy here. Say Derwin didn't realize he got that juice now. You better close down. You give him space, he's going to run away. They start moving it back. Hit a nice in route back inside. Nice tackle there. Looked like Trey Marshall. Trey had a pretty productive day. Josh Sweat there. I'm going to tell you what. Here's another guy played outstanding again. Josh did. Had another great game. Great job there. So we set the edges. Had everybody accounted for. Had everybody. The guys trying to strip the ball. Did a great job right there on defense. It's the 2nd quarter now. They move to get the quarterback draw right there by Chris. But the guy just condensing the pocket, not letting it get big, not letting that pocket get big. 4 down territory for them. And again, they get a batted ball. Ball gets tipped, and we get the ball back. Get a great drive here. Get a nice run right here. Cam Akers hammering that ball. Got about 9. Picked it up. Come back a little empty pass, though, a little smash route out in the corner. Nice catch by Auden Tate. Moving the ball very well here. Then we get a loss right here. We miss a block. They bring a blitz. We get back behind the sticks, and right here we got a belly play coming up inside, and I just didn't get enough movement. And we get the ball to the 36, and we got the corner route. We got to throw the corner route. We're looking on the wrong side. We had the corner route up top, and got to let the ball go. Good job again. We get the ball takes a bad. We got to do a better job finding that ball. It was close to having inches there. They get boot coming out here on the naked. Good job by them on the spin out. But there you go. Leonard Warner and that nice young players who is really coming on very nicely. Then we're doing, they get the 1st down, get him outside, play the edge. We had a mishap there. Guys got to bounce back on the cutter. We should have had a guy outside. They pump it, doing a great job of coverage. But then sometimes when we're lucky there because when you rush him, you got to be disciplined. Sometimes you'll push the pocket, you don't have the all-out rush on. And a great job there. Now we have it on. Good job of Wally right there getting a sack in the game. Derek Noddy played another really good game. Burns and those guys getting pressure right there. Looks like Derwin coming in, getting a sack off the blitzing. So it was excellent. Mixing up those calls, 5-man blitzes, 4-man blitzes, 3-man blitzes. They hit a tremendous punt. You got to catch that thing because every ball we've hit back there has been they've been dining on the 1 or 2. So we get it back out to the 15. Get a nice run here. Get 4. Moving it. Get the counter right here. 2nd down, we missed a read. Had a slant route backside, didn't get it, kick a sack, and then 3rd down, if we get one more block, about to come out. So we didn't want to do anything stupid. Backed up 3rd and 14. Great job right there by Jackson on the punt. Did a good job again. Logan had another nice day punting the football. They're moving it. We get the strip in here coming up in a minute, I think. Maybe the next play. He has it right here. Ball comes out for them. Matthew Thomas right there. Kando makes a tremendous play. Boy, he gets better and better. Matthew picks it up and we go score, and that's big, up 14-7. That was huge. Huge for the defense. We needed a couple of those. Just Josh Kando in there getting it and stripping it out, just being physical. Well, he's going to be a really good player. Excellent job by him. Again, Ricky kicks. Nice kick, but then unfortunately we come back. They get the screen right here, and they come back and get a drive right here. We got to get that screen. We got to play through it and see it. This was a big drive, I thought. And we got to try and hold it. Matthews coming, and we had a backer right here. Went to the wrong side on a coverage thing. We left one there. Come back inside. Pressure. Good job keeping out. Yeah, good ad-lib play by him. I mean, that's just Lamar being Lamar. They play it, hit the crossing right inside. Man, we had to play it inside out right there. Can you get that? The backer. Good pressure right here. Great job again. Kenny Monica, Derek Notting, and Brian Burns. Guys getting pressure, pushing that pocket, getting back inside. Matthew and the guys rushing. Now we got to turn and play the ball. They're going to call that when you don't turn. Here's the thing, you're in perfect position. Just turn and phase and play the football and squeeze it. And then that great throw, not a bad coverage. I mean, they got an inch on it. They were a China route. Kyle Myers, they got us on it, but it was a really good throw and catch. I had him open by about a step, and he made it. And here we come back, get a screen. Now, unfortunately here, we had no idea. He has to come out of the game because we lose about 10 seconds here because they stop the clock. I didn't know 9 come out. He lost his shoe. So when you replace, you had to come back. And we missed the seam route right there. Need to hit the cross on the other side. Got some pressure. And then third down right here, we're going for it. Got it. We got to turn the other way. Tight end's got to turn out. He thought he was going to turn out right there, and which he should have. And it's just an option route, which we do, and turned in and we got lucky here. Missed a field goal right before half. And just a mistake right there that we need to clean up. But moved the ball well. Again, a couple drives. We got stoned on a blitz one time, then missed that Matt Reed right there, and had chances. But we're 14-14 going into half, and and make some adjustments and ready to go.
Defense had gotten several stops, got some points. You had the ball to start the third quarter. I mean, you were in good position. Right?
We really were, and we had a great drive moving down. We have a great drive starting the second half. We knew exactly what we wanted to do and the things we wanted to attack them with, and moved the ball very well.
Big play of the first half was that defensive touchdown, the scoop and score. Matthew Thomas gets credit for the touchdown, but it was Kando who made the play.
It was Kando squeezing in, made the play, and got to tackle and got to strip, and then Matthew was there fortunate to pick it up and finish, and it was big. It was a huge play by them.
As I mentioned, Florida State gets the ball to start the second half, and we'll look at those second half highlights in just a moment when we continue here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
This town is always busy working. Day off? Yeah, right. You know who never took a day off? Andre Wadsworth. He couldn't take a day off. He was a walk-on a team full of high school All-Americans.
Wadsworth, he's got the sack. Oh, he's clobbered at the 16. He spun around, he's sacked. He's sacked like a rag doll.
He earned his playing time. And trust me, he made good use of it.
Picked up by FSU.
The way he punished quarterbacks, opposing offenses couldn't stand him.
He's mugged, he's sacked, he's dropped by Wadsworth. 3 sacks. Andre's got the hat trick tonight.
All-American, an ACC Player of the Year in 1997. Not too bad for a walk-on.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, a tie game at halftime. You get the ball, which has not been the norm so far this year. A chance here to go out and reclaim the lead early in the second half.
Exactly. They kick it off, get way back there. Derwin catches it. He's catching it too low. Got to catch that ball up higher. We get a nice go counter play right here off the bat. Get a nice run. Get a 7-8 yard run. Run the football very well. Little belly play. Pound it up in there. Get a 3rd and short. Get it on everything. We go back and get a sneak right here. Get it up in there. Get a yard, did a good job. Just moving. 3rd down conversions were so much better. Now we got one-on-one out there to Auden. get him the ball out wide. Stumbled a little bit, lost his balance, could have got a little more, but that's 9-yard gain. He played another great game. Pop the counter, coming back up inside. Boy, that thing is inches. Stay inside, don't bounce it back out. But again, nice run right here. We get Auden again, one-on-one. They give him the one-on-one. Got to catch it clean. But then see his big body and his strength right there, and he makes about a 14-yard gain on it. We run the stretch play right here, get it up inside. Nice run, we're moving the ball very well. Popping a third down. See, that's right here. We got clamped. Right, this ball could be out for a touchdown. You got to give a little ground, lay it right there. We knew exactly, we knew they were going blitz. That's what we had worked for, and just didn't get it executed right there. And then, you know, Ricky M4, that's after 11 in a row, he missed it. You know, we had 3rd and 2, and he missed it, and we could have taken the lead right there, 17-14. You always take the points, get the lead right there. Nice job again, defense. Setting edges, doing a good job here. But they get hot right here, and Lamar gets it. But just that's the thing about Lamar, you don't realize he's strong. He just made that, it's about a 4- or 5-yard run right there. Our quarterback taking hits, taking shots. Here we're playing it down with the snag route. He just made him miss. You got to close the gap. That's the thing. When you, even though when you like you got him, you got to close the space, and that's just Lamar breaking out and being a great player. I mean, we had the route covered, had space in the pocket, and the extra guy steps up and he doesn't attack it. He kind of sit and wait on him. When you wait on that guy, he's going to make you miss every time. It's a lot easier said than done. And they pop it in there, get the run, and get up 21-14. Unfortunately, we come right back and have a turnover. We're trying to get the ball to Auden out here, and they come back and they slide under it. You can see the safety spins down, see him running under it, and they play it, and then Reed takes him right back to the overs cover, and we got him. He just got to lay it out there. Jackson came open. I like seeing it's a 50-50 ball. I wish we could have caught, but if he throws that ball another foot and a half out there, we got a big, big play. And they covered the first 2, which is fine. You got D going right through his progression. You just got to make the throw. And then we got to make that catch. We just got to go up and fight for it. And you know, they fought for it. They just unfortunately come down with that 50-50 ball. Here they go, over the top. Good job. They can't get it in the hole. The safety over the top. Boom, pop it right there. Now we're playing Lamar, and that's the thing about it. It's like, you know, Auden in the red zone there. You got to play Lamar so much that sometimes they give you that, you know, all the other guys, they will run them. And they got out and got great perimeter blocking. Now, this is a really big-time drive by us. Nice stretch play here. Missed the block right there and slot it wide. That could have been about an 8-yard gain instead of about a 4. Get motion here. Pick up a nice 3rd down, working the tight ends. You know, working the back and the tight end on a route right here. They left the back open, so we popped in. Run the counter play again. Good block right there by DJ Matthews. See Nooney out there blocking well. Again, Jaquez run the ball. Izzo blocking well. The offensive line did a nice job up front run blocking really well. Hey, look, got pinned up. We got a holding call on Izzo. We come back, get a little screen route, pick it up for about 12 or 15. It's a nice job getting it back. Try a little naked play. The end played it. They played it, but again, James does a good job. Gets back inside, gets 2 yards. You know, that's a positive play. Unfortunately, his helmet came off. Had to use a timeout there to get back to the critical 3rd down. We're going to make it a 4-down territory. We knew it. He stays in the A-gap there. He makes it on that one. Look, that's the same play we had a minute ago to the tight end, except they overloaded and covered the tight end and back. He goes back and finds Auden one-on-one, gets the route. We get a nice play action here. Finds Nooney in the hole right here on a nice throw and catch. Doing an excellent job moving the football. Here, this is the same one that Izzo caught earlier on the big play, except now they bust it, and we got Maven, we just miss it. I mean, first time they covered Maven, and then next time they let Izzo go, so we had it right here. We had the guy come through. We got to get those guys spread out a little more on the route. We had it coming open, got a little pressure. Again, same thing here. Had to route down the middle, but get a roughing, which is a huge call in the game. Helped us out. I mean, you know, got a break, then we come back, pop an inside zone play. Jacquet. Now this cannot happen. Now what he did, he's getting, you know, instead of being on the one, he tries to reach the ball out. You can't do that down there. You start reaching that ball out when you got people around you and tackling you, it's going to come out, and that's a heck of a play by Nooney to get it back. And Jacquez played outstanding, just can't have that fumble. Now our defense, we rise back up and start playing to each other again. Kids played so hard and with so much pride. Great job right there, Wally and Matthew Thomas. And look at this. I mean, great job on the backside. There's Burnsy and those guys getting after the juice and the energy. You see the competition. You see the want to and the heart. Great job. Look at Ford. Talking about going and getting those, making up those yards on those punts. It's a heck of a job by T-Mac right there. We get a nice play action right here. You get Nooney in a one-on-one and another route coming. Boom. Got it right there, perfect. Now we pop the run back inside, hammering that thing. It's off and on. And then they start blitzing this formation later, which guys say. Now here's that's actually the play we found later on. I mean, right here. He just stayed up. And this play was a really good play for us. I mean, we averaged like 9 yards a play on the game for it. Boom, had it like 4 times. Get the one-on-one backside to Auden. And then he got hurt here, or he'd been out here, so we got Nooney out. He just twisted his ankle a little bit when he got tackled. Again, they come back in the same formation, had it one-on-one. Great throw and catch right here. Nooney makes a great play, and we get the game tied up, and it's a heck of 2 great drives to come back in the 4th quarter. Tie ball game. Now here, again, look at that Josh Sweat. Boy, that's a heck of a play. Again, he played outstanding in the game. He really did. He's playing really good football right now. Here's what I understand, a curl route. We lost that right there. We got to stay on it. We just got beaten man right there, man under, and we got to stay on the guy. Here they get the option. No, we got it. 8 got to play the leverage. It's got to leverage the pitch. Stanford's going to be an outstanding player. Boy, plays a lot, doing a great job. Here they are. Now they get the outside. They're playing the quarterback. Everybody's playing the quarterback, and then they give it on that read option. They get a shot play right here. Oh, just like good job by one, playing through the guy. 3rd down. They probably say, here's one of the reasons. And they got it right here for a 44, 45-yard field goal and go for it. And they don't make it on 4th down. I figured they would, going for the game-winning kick right there. They went for it, didn't make it. This is huge. And we can now, defense has a great stop. We have an outstanding drive right here. The counter. We pop it up. We do a good mix of run and pass in the drive. Here's the same play. As a matter of fact, this is the same play that we fumbled on again. Pop it inside for 7 yards. Pop it right back inside. We're executing very well. Come back. They got us in 2nd and long. Hit that same little screen play again. Got it right in the middle. Jaquez does a nice job. We're moving the football, eating the clock. Just classic drive. He makes a great check. We had the counter on. He checks it back to the quarterback run and make an inside cut right. Just stay inside. I think he could have went and scored. But if we're down to 20, it's 1st and 10 on the 20, and then his. And you can see he's not pulling the ball. What he did is I looked on the TV carpet, he placed it on his upper left panel instead of down on his belly, and he was handing the ball off. And that's why, and when he pulled his hands out, it was too high for Cam to put it in the pocket. It wasn't in the pocket, and that's what happened. And it's that simple. And that was the play we had ran just twice right there before as we were driving down to score. Just all on a base. That's why I say, it's not trickery. It goes back to fundamentals. And listen, they did not do it on purpose. It is heartfelt. You got to do it every time, of every second, of everything. Here, we got good coverage, but boy, that was a good throw right there. They could have had that for a touchdown. Unfortunately, that's the thing. They got moving here and give up 2 runs, and then we had a guy. We have the guy for the guy in the box. The guy, both of them took the box guy, and none of them just had a missed assignment. They're playing it here. We're playing the leverage here. Oh, we got to get the guy on the ground right there and play it. Had him in the slot, pop it, and they're just, they're running it down, and the clock's going with the situation, and they hit the field goal 5 seconds. Unfortunately, we lose, and it's heartfelt. It is very heartfelt. 2 guys, they're from the same area, they're from the same county. Of course, Lamar is outstanding. Bobby does a great job with their team. Their team is a very good team. James and him are friends and know each other, and in that regard. But we had our opportunities. We just didn't understand a base handoff that we just didn't execute, and that's my fault. We got to coach them to make sure they do it right every time and get it right, because those kids fought their hearts out, and we just got to line up and get ready to do it again. Find that play and understand why it happened and get it to work.
31-28, the final score as Louisville prevails. Coach, sequence in that second half, you fell behind 28-14 and the defense was gassed. You needed a huge drive. You got a 6-minute scoring drive. Boom, you get a stop, and then you get that fade to Nooney Murray, and you're right back in the game.
Exactly. And then they drive back and we get a 4th down stop. They're on the 27-yard line on the 44-yard field goal and don't go for it. And we get a 4th down stop. And huge. And our offense takes it all the way back down again. Throwing, running, mixing, and as our offense is gradually opening up, as James is getting more and more things that he can do and what we can do, and they feel comfortable, and then you're getting better, but just got to make the plays at the right time.
Next opportunity will come on a short week at Boston College on Friday. We'll talk about the Eagles when we come back right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
Today's final stats are brought to you by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites. Inside the Helmet is brought to you by Hyundai.
name is Naquan Murray. I play receiver. I'm a junior. I'm from Orlando, Florida. Yeah, I was about 6 years old, playing with a group of 11-year-olds. I was playing up in my age. That was my first game, starting safety. I did pretty good, actually. I was number 20. I had long dreads. I was younger. I was the smallest dude on the team, but I started. I played against Francois in Little League, and I played with me and Jacquez played on the same team. Jacquez Patrick, he was the quarterback, I was the running back. And of course, Francois, he's always been the quarterback. We was probably about 10, 9 years old. Still got the DVD at the home championship game. Beat Francois in the championship. Growing up, yeah, I played basketball. Played basketball for about 10 years. Yeah, I could dunk. One step, dunk. Yeah, my family's pretty big. I had a lot of family, pretty much everywhere. Family in Georgia, Orlando, Mississippi, all type of places. Big games, my family get together, and all of them come down and watch me play. It's a pleasure having my family come and watch me play, putting on a show. She's been doing that since I was 6, since my first game, like I said. So everybody in the stands always know her. When she used to come to my high school games, you could hear her from the entry. Oh, there's his grandma, there goes my grandma. She turned up the fans, turned up the crowd. She's a good lady to be around. I love her.
You make grandma so proud.
I like to play the game, play Madden, 2K. Sometimes we go out and shoot hoops, you know. Or if not, we just go out and work out, perfect our craft. I want to get back to kids back in Orlando, kids that don't really have it, the area that I came from, really. I just want to really get back to those kids, and I really want to have a business like a sports business that sells equipment, apparel, and gear for kids, but like cheap. So I just want to start something like that back home. Chris Johnson, coming from Orlando, he went to Olympia High School, so seeing him make it and being in the NFL and making a big impact, he had a big impact on Orlando and a lot of kids in that area, including me, so seeing him make it gave me confidence and knowing that I can make it out. Well, really just being around my brothers every day. I love being around these guys, being able to go to practice, going to work with these dudes, but every moment is big here, so you just got to cherish these moments. It's a lifetime bond. Like I could be able to call one of these dudes and ask for anything, and they'll give it to me. They can call me and ask for anything, and I'll give it to them. It's just that brother bond that we have.
Captain Jeff Entine stood in the stands of Doak Campbell Stadium as an FSU student, watching many flyovers take place, wondering what the view was like from way up there. On September 23rd, 2017, he'd get his answer.
My name is Captain Jeff Entine. I graduated at FSU in 2008, and I'm an F-16 fighter pilot.
From a young age, Entine knew he wanted to take to the skies and reignite an old family legacy.
My grandfather was in the Army Air Corps in World War II, and then I'm the first person in my family to join the military since him. So when I was 4 years old, I told my mom I wanted to fly fighter jets, and then 20 years later, I got to start doing it.
A pilot is nothing without the plane he commands. F-16 Vipers first took to the skies in December of 1976. They can fly at altitudes of 50,000 feet above the ground at speeds of 1,500 miles an hour, making it a true master of the skies.
The F-16 is a single-seat, single-engine, multi-role fighter. So our primary mission is what's called suppression of enemy air defenses. So what we'll do is we'll try to find and locate enemy missile systems, and then we will shoot back at them and keep our friends safe while they take care of business in bad guy land.
The cost of operations for flyovers is about $10,000 per hour per jet. which covers fees like the airmen's salaries, cost of fuel, and so on, all of which is paid for by Congress through the Flying Hour Program Initiative. While the flyover itself takes about 5 seconds to come and go from the stadium, the process of planning them requires several months' notice.
So it was a long process working with FSU Athletics as well as the Air Force to make it happen. So we started the coordination in about May, and then it was a combination of the Air Force approving it, my bosses approving it, and then FSU requesting it.
FSU has requested several flyovers in its history. Interestingly enough, in recent years, they have occurred before games against NC State. Through a complicated chain of communication and mapping, the airmen plan out a route that will precisely coincide with the singing of the national anthem.
Despite its appearance, when you travel 300 miles per hour, it turns out that it takes some room to turn around. So making sure that we're online so that I can fly straight down the field, and the goal today is to drown out the last note of the national anthem.
It's been a long, yet very high road for Captain Entine, especially since his days here at Florida State. For him, this is sort of a homecoming, one that's been almost a decade in the making.
So this is for sure a dream come true. And for me to be able to do my first flyover at an FSU game, it honestly feels like coming home. And being back in Tallahassee, seeing Joe Campbell Stadium is just such a great experience for me.
FSU graduate, Captain Jeff Entine.
Flyovers do so much more than just provide some shock and awe before football games. They are effective recruiting and promotional tools for the military. But for Captain Entine, flyovers do so much more than just add to the numbers.
Honestly, I think it just reminds the families and the taxpayers and for sure the Seminole Nation that we're here, we're providing our support to the Seminole family as much as they're providing their support to us. So being able to come out here on Military Appreciation Day it's really awesome for us to say thank you to the Seminole Nation and to represent the 360,000 folks in the Air Force.
Aim high, fly, fight, win. These are the words of the U.S. Air Force and the words that Captain Jeff Entine lives by daily.
Every time that I strap the jet on is a very exciting experience. It never gets old to sit in the seat of an airplane designed and built for one person. It's a childhood dream come true every time I sit down. So it's exciting and it's fun, and that part truly never becomes a job.
The saying goes, if you find a job doing what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. Captain Jeff Entine found his calling doing what he loves, protecting our nation's airspace. And for him, there's not a cloud in the sky. I'm Chris Camacho for the Jimbo Fisher Show.
The Look Ahead is presented by Florida Farm Bureau Insurance. Register to win a football fantasy experience at knowlescontest.com.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, first a little bit about Boston College. This team has gotten hot. Their quarterback threw 3 touchdowns and a win over a very good Virginia team this past Saturday, and that's coming off another big win against Louisville.
They are. They're getting better. Now if they can run it, it's going to open up pass opportunities. They boot, they naked, they quarterback run. They do a great job there, and then defensive end is outstanding. I mean, he's going to be one of the top 5 or 10 picks in the draft. I mean, he was a nightmare on us last year, and they're playing really good defense and got a really good Steve does a good job.
Yeah, and they've traditionally played Florida State well, especially up in Chestnut Hill. And you couple that, you've got a short week, so how does that change things?
Well, it changed big time. I mean, Sunday, even this show, we're doing a lot earlier. We have to get back. We got meetings. We got get the film processed on Sunday, which we usually do it on Monday. We got a walkthrough practice, and I'm not going to go out and physically do things, but you got to introduce the things that the other team's doing. And then Monday's got to be a little more of an extended Monday because of what you're trying to get in, and coaches are going to be crammed for game plan.
Kickoff comes up Friday evening from Chestnut Hill. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap up this week's edition of the Jimbo Fisher Show.
Welcome into Garnet and Gold Grub, presented by Tico People's Gas. I'm Catherine Phillips, alongside award-winning Chef Travis Johnson. He's the Executive Culinary Director of Seminole Dining here at FSU, and he's going to walk us through a delicious game day recipe using natural gas. Chef, what do you have for us today?
So this is what I'm going to call our Seminole chili. I love college football. And so if I'm not watching it or working one of the games, then I am out making chili at my house. And so I like to come up with a lot of different blends, and we've come up with one today featuring some Seminole beef, a variety of local beans, some good spices, and fresh herbs and aromatics. We're gonna put all that together today to have a wonderful chili. And what's better than chili during football?
I think this is a lot of people's go-to football meal.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my cast iron. I've heated up a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil, and I'm gonna start with my dry spices. Now, a lot of people will take their dry spices and add them at the end. Adding them at the beginning with a little bit of warm oil is gonna bring out a lot more of the flavor and essence in the spices if you're using dry. So I like to start, I'm gonna put a little bit of black pepper in here and some chili powder, a little bit of cayenne, not much, pick it up a little bit. I like paprika, it's one of my favorite dry herbs, gives it good color. And then we're gonna use some granulated onion and a little granulated garlic.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And we'll finish with some cumin. Don't be afraid if you need to add a little bit more oil to it. And typically I would let these cook 5 to 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then my next step is I would go to my beef. And today we're just using, typically a good 80-20 mixture is good because you get some good fat content, and it's also still fairly lean. Gotcha. So we're gonna add our beef. I think you can get really creative. If a typical chili to you always has beef in it, use chicken, use pork. You can even use like a vegetarian patty. There's a lot of different versions of chili that you can make.
Is beef your favorite?
Beef's my favorite because it's kind of that simple go-to.
The classic.
It is. So let's go ahead and add some of these spices. So we're gonna start with our onions. The total cook time of the chili for preparation is usually about 20-25 minutes. But if you want it really good, you let it go all day.
Right.
So I always say the chili's okay for those 11 o'clock games, but when you get down to prime time at night,
that's
it's even better. Yes. All right, so the onions are in. The onions have a chance to caramelize. We're gonna let those cook until they get a little translucent in color. And then we're gonna fold in some of our peppers. So we start with just our traditional red and green bell peppers. Really more for body and color. They're gonna bring a little bit of flavor to the game.
And we're working with natural gas, so what's the benefit of that for you?
The natural gas is great because, especially when I'm making a chili, I'm gonna need a lot of different ranges of heat. So when I add my initial ingredients, I want that to be high heat so it sautés and caramelizes those onions. But as this cooks for those 5-6 hours in the afternoon, I'm gonna want that just on a nice low heat so it can simmer and continue to bring out the flavor in the chili. All right, so those peppers have now been cooking for about 5-7 minutes. They started to cook down. Now we're gonna add a little heat to it. So this is where we get into our serrano peppers and our poblanos. And again, this is gonna add just a little bit of heat. We won't add all. There's our serranos.
So these are spicy, but not jalapeno level.
The serranos are a little spicier than a jalapeno.
Really?
And the poblanos a little bit less.
Okay.
Allow that to cook down. Now while that's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and add our beer because we want the beer as flavor, but we don't want the effects of the alcohol. We want to leave the flavor, but we want to cook out the alcohol itself. So we're going to add that in now. And what it's going to do is infuse that beer flavor. And we just used a really nice local proof amber beer. You can choose whatever your favorite beer is.
Okay.
It might be one that you're enjoying that day. And now that we've married a lot of those flavors, now we want to go ahead and add our beans.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and add
just put them all in together?
Just put them all in together. Add our black beans and our white garbanzo, and then traditional pinto chili bean. And we'll go ahead and work these beans in. And right now I still have that heat on kind of a medium high because I'm still bringing all those flavors together, but I'm getting real close to dropping that down on low. We'd go ahead and cover this, let it cook for about an hour or so. Okay. And then right before we're ready to serve, we'll come out with our fire roasted tomatoes, fold those in. What do you think?
Very colorful.
Very colorful, a lot of layers, good flavors. And then to top the chili off, we have our scallions, our fresh parsley. You can go back on with our cheddar cheese, a little bit of sour cream, our teardrop tomatoes, and you can
we
serve.
even have the bread bowl.
Oh, right, yeah. Just for fun, let's go ahead and build one in the bread bowl as well.
All right.
It smells absolutely wonderful.
It does.
And finish this with just a little bit of cheese and a dollop of sour cream.
Perfect.
and now you're set. And what's great is while you're watching the game, you can let the chili just rest on low on the stove, come in and out during halftime, during a break, and it's a great treat all day long.
So just leave it there all day.
All day, and it gets better as it goes on.
That's awesome. Well, for full details on this recipe and more information on how you can incorporate natural gas at home, at your business, or at your next tailgate event, go to peoplesgas.com/cooking.
Welcome back, Coach. You know, there's no time to sit back and relax. Obviously, you're right back in it, and it's the grind of the schedule. How do you ensure that your players don't let what happened on Saturday when you lose in heartbreaking fashion carry over into a work week
Talk
this
to them
week?
and tell them why they don't. And they understand that. They're grown, and they understand that that same feeling will come back. And that when you're a player and a coach and you're in it and you live in it every day, that competitive nature comes back out, your pride comes back in you, and you know you want to get back on the field and play well, and our kids will do that because they do that every time they come out.
Next up, the BC Eagles. We'll have a look back at the matchup with Boston College next week, right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
This has been the Jimbo Fisher Show, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Over $30 billion and counting to education. Just imagine. The energy-saving conservation programs of Tico People's Gas. Real Coca-Cola taste with 0 sugar and 0 calories. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the feeling. SunTrust, the official bank of Florida State Athletics. Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Fisher's wardrobe.